It's time to get out of the losing streak. And I'm talking about the Chicago Cubs, not me. I'm talking about the Cubs. And I am taking them today against the St. Louis Cardinals. All right, let's get right to it. The Chicago Cubs came out at a plus 110 underdog, and that's pretty good value on John Lester. Really starting to turn things around. So let's talk about this pitching matchup with John Lester and Lance Lynn. Okay, Lester, of course, everybody knows, big pickup from Boston. He comes in with a career 3.6 ERA and a 1.28 WHIP. Currently this year, ERA is over 4, and his WHIP's not that great. He hasn't been pitching well, and because he had a bad start. Recently, though, he's fine. In his last 13 innings, he's only allowed 8 hits and 3 earned runs. So he's starting to turn it around. We're starting to see the old John Lester. Lance Lynn, nothing against him. Good pitcher. Comes in this year with a 3.07 ERA, 1.19 WHIP. Career-wise, 3.44 ERA, and the same WHIP as John Lester career-wise, interestingly enough, 1.28. Good right-handed pitcher, having probably the best year he's had yet with the Cardinals. He's a good, solid pitcher. So's Lester. I mean, honestly, on any given day, these two, one could pitch better than the other. I think it's a nice, even matchup. At plus 110, though, there's my value right there with the Cubs. Also, they're in a really good bounce-back situation. And it's not like they played like garbage yesterday. They were 2 for 12 with runners in scoring position. Well, the runners were in scoring position, so they did something right. Second thing, they left 11 guys on. I don't anticipate that to happen again. Now, Lynn is a good pitcher, but Cubs, they're about due to really break out and clutch up and get some runs home. So I like that value. Again, for me, it's about the value today. Let's talk a little more about the offenses. Let's go to the Cardinals first. Well, offensively, in most major categories, the Cardinals, they lead the Cubs. Not by much. It's just a few ranking points here and there, and pretty much everything across the board. They do lead the Cubs. The Cubs do lead the Cardinals in batting average on balls in play. But again, that's also not by much. So the disparity between them is small. It's a good rivalry. There's, I think, a new dynamic now with Madden as manager. So it should be a good matchup as, not only this year, but as we continue with these two for this year and maybe even a couple years to come. So something interesting. Last time Lance Lynn did face the Cubs, he did get the loss, although he pitched well. Chris Bryant did not play for the Cubs. He wasn't up yet. So another interesting piece that could help Chicago today. I like the value. It's at plus 110. It's going to be probably the best game of the day, but I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and take the Cubs here. Good value on a really good pitcher in John Lester, who's pitching well right now. Going to be a fun one. I'm taking the Cubs, and that's my MLB play of the day, and I wish you luck on your plays of the day.